Hi, I'm Kim.
And I'm John.
And this is Forever Fierce Over 50. And today we want to talk about the evil that's going on in the world today. So I'm going to show John some TikToks that I captured, and you're going to get our reaction to these. These are things that Democrats are saying about the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Of your actions.
Charlie Kirk got shot and he's dead! Finally, somebody with a gun, which is almost everybody in the fucking states, grew a pair and fucking went and shot somebody on the right side. Thank you. Can we keep this up, please?
See one more person posting, oh, what about his wife and kids? First of all, they probably fucking hated him, and if they didn't, they're better off without a man like that in their life.
Good morning. I need to address something as a company that I just woke up to this morning. I woke up to hundreds of Google one-star reviews, messages, and tags because one of my employees was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk on social media. This employee is no longer with the company because that is not tolerated. I don't care what side you're on. I, as a person, as a human, and as a business, do not support anyone who supports the death of another human being.
I was just fired from my job! I was just fired from my job! I was just fired from my fucking job! I was just fired from my fucking job! Now I have nothing but this! I have nothing but this website! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing! I have nothing! No!
I got me fired from my job! I woke up and told myself the shit from the Charlie Kirk shit from yesterday. What the fuck? I'm not paying my rent! What the fuck? Y'all told y'all was not give me fired when y'all did!
Meet Haley Curdell, a 911 dispatcher from Nashville, Tennessee. She has been put on unpaid leave due to her social media post. For some reason, Haley thought that this cartoon would be appropriate. This is a person that works in law enforcement.
I just saw the fucking video. Looks like he got shot in the neck or chest. I mean, I'm not saying I wish death upon someone, but that's what I'm fucking saying for this motherfucker.
These people are disgusting.
We need to go back in time and get back to where families were families and everybody had respect for each other. There's no respect.
Where
There's nothing.
Dad went out and earned a living and Mom stayed home and took care of the kids. We have kids being shipped off to daycare at very early ages, and they are being taught this hateful, awful, evil stuff. You know, we were discussing this, remember? I said that we actually pretty much left the Democrats. We were getting very disillusioned with them for a long time.
Yeah.
But when Hillary was running, we had had enough. But I would hear people on the right saying that the Democrats were evil and Satan worshipers and stuff like that. And I always felt like that was just a little bit too much. You know, that's a bridge too far for me. I don't believe that. But they are proving that right. They are proving that absolutely true. And no, of course, I don't believe all of them are like that. But there's a mass exodus right now from the Democratic Party.
Yeah,
people are disgusted with their actions. People are disgusted with the way these people are. And I'm disgusted. I'm at the point now where if you are a Democrat and you are happy about the violence, the murder, you think it's cute, these people coming on there and saying this disgusting stuff, then you know what? You can go to hell. I do not want you to watch my videos. I do not want you to message me or be my friend. Just delete me. because I don't want you in my life.
Yeah.
Because this is now, and like I said, I used to not believe this. I used to think it was ridiculous when people said it was good and evil.
It's
It is.
evil.
It is.
Yes.
It's not right and left, Republican versus Democrat. It's not any of that. It's a battle between good and evil. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yep, and the way people are reacting to this, it's blowing my mind. I mean, I thought there'd be some, but it seems like most of the Democratic Party, even people, are agreeing with this. I think it's great. Huh?
Oh,
What the
I know.
hell?
And they're saying all the violence truly comes from the right
Yeah.
and not the left. But it's the left that has been calling us Nazis and
Yeah.
Hitler and racist and everything like that for a long time now.
For years, before even any of this, even back in time when Republican won the presidency or something, they called everybody Hitler. You know, it's never changed. It has never changed. We just have now opened our eyes to all of it now. We know.
Yeah.
It's always been
It's-
like this.
It is truly evil. These people are evil personified.
Could you imagine how outraged we would all be if the government of Saudi Arabia had recovered Osama bin Laden's body and flown it on the Crown Prince's airplane back to Riyadh, where there was a clamor to have it lie in state at the royal palace? Osama bin Laden was a terrorist. Now, he didn't fly the planes, but he used religious texts to inspire and lead the people who committed the worst terror attack on the United States ever, the attack on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. But now, the United States government, the Trump administration, has decided it should fly the body of Charlie Kirk on the vice president's airplane. And there are calls to have Kirk lie in repose at the U.S. Capitol, to have a statue built to him. No, Charlie Kirk didn't fly the airplanes or fire the shots, but he used religious texts, extremist biblical interpretation, to inspire and lead people who threaten and sometimes commit acts of terror against Americans, particularly Black, Jewish, and LGBTQ Americans.
That's asinine. That is actually asinine. Comparing Charlie Kirk to Osama bin Laden. Are you freaking serious? Have you ever watched any of his videos? Because I've watched his videos. I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on some things, but a lot of it I did agree with. I've never, even the things I didn't agree with, I never heard the man say anything hateful.
Nope,
He never called anybody names. He never said anything hateful or derogative against any person or group. There are things that these people and groups do that are unspeakable and they should be punished.
Yep.
But I'm sorry, Charlie Kirk didn't do anything
He was
ever to
helping
do this,
the
to
younger
deserve what he got.
generation who was in trouble. This generation, the young generation right now, is in big trouble. They have nothing to look up to. They had him now. Now they don't have him. They had Charlie Kirk to look up to and help them.
We're now
He's teaching them.
We're now all called to be Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
So that's why we have decided that we are going to dive headfirst into this.
Yep.
We're going to keep preaching Charlie's message.
Yep.
He wanted the family, the American family, to be back. Do you not see what the government has been doing to us as Americans? They've been trying to get rid the Democrat governments and all the people, actually everybody that hasn't been America first in the last, I don't know, umpteen million years now. They have been trying to get rid of the American family.
Yep.
I remember when I was a kid, I remember when they were getting really hot and heavy into that, oh, you don't need to get out of school and get a family or get married and have children. You shouldn't do that. You should wait till at least you're 30. When you're 30 and you get pregnant, that's a geriatric pregnancy because you're meant to have children young.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, you need to get your career straight first because you can't afford to have children. When can you ever afford to have children?
Yeah.
You can't ever. If you try to plan it out like that, you just do what comes natural. Having children
is a natural thing.
It's how we keep our country going. They're trying to replace us with people who do not believe in the same things we believe in. This giant influx of foreigners are from countries that are antithetical to the way we live our lives. They don't want our brand of America, of freedom, of the way we live. They want it to be just like the countries they left.
That's funny.
It's nuts.
That's crazy.
So this is what has been being shoved down our throats for a very long time now. And I can tell you that I regret hearing that stuff and listening to it. And I was a kid. I was a young teenager. I was a young adult. And I heard the same thing over and over. Get a career, get a career, get a career. You know, the woman can do anything a man can do. And, you know, I don't need no man. I'll just make the money. You know, all that stuff. I regret not having a bigger family. I regret not being a full-time mother to my own children. I regret many, many, many things. And I truly believe that we need to take a step back. There's things that people did years ago, and we always look back at history and say, oh, they were so stupid back then. But were they? Were they? People didn't have the mental illness. We weren't fat and disgusting and sick. I'm devastated. I'm devastated.
Yep.
You got freaks like this.
Well, how is his wife holding up? To shreds, you say? Very well then. Good news, everyone! Oh, how awful.
You're stupid. Really, really stupid.
The chair would ask that all members present in the chamber and those in the gallery please rise for a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? Shh. Let's wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. The House.
Democrats and people in the media wasting no time to blame the right for their murder of one of our leaders. Steve Guest shared this clip from CBS morning host Nate Burleson, and he's explaining that it's basically you guys have shared political misinformation and disinformation, and that is causing the political violence. Let's listen to this clip and see what went down on CBS.
And as Tony mentioned, not everyone took to his words or his rhetoric. You know, at times they were offensive to specific communities. But with that said, this is not the time to focus on that. We are focused on this tragedy. Speaking of this tragedy, is this a moment for your party to reflect on political violence? Is it a moment for us to think about the responsibility of our political leaders and their voices and what it does to the masses as they get lost in misinformation or disinformation that turns in and spills into political violence?
I say both parties.
If it's on both sides, then show me where the Republicans are attacking them.
Yeah.
Show me that. Because I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
But I damn sure have seen Democrats attacking conservatives.
I don't even say parties, I say a nation. If there's a moment in time we want to look to, and I looked back and I watched this again when Robert F. Kennedy is running, he's in Indianapolis, and he just got the news that Martin Luther King was killed. And he has to tell the crowd because we don't have social media at that time. And it was remarkable the words he said. He said, we have to ask as a nation, who are we? And how do we want to move forward? We have watched this political attack on both sides. We watched what happened in Minnesota. We watched what happened to President Trump. We've watched this on both sides. This is not a question about parties. This is a question about nations. We cannot.
It is a question about
Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with Charlie Kirk.
I would say pour one out for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time, but I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah, and I could not be happier. Praise fucking be.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
Charlie Kirk got shot? That's awful. That's so sad. Hope he recovers well.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk? Dang it. Ah, shucks. Thoughts and prayers.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. Who's up next? We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Democrats are trying to make themselves look good in this situation. You got Kamala and Joe Biden, along with the rest of them Looney Tunes. America is no place for violence. For violence? You all are the ones that incite violence the most. Gavin Newsom just said a few weeks ago he's ready to punch Republicans. Then you all have him posting social media. We are so sad for Charlie Kirk's situation. You all don't care. Kamala, you didn't write that. You want us to believe you wrote that statement? You can't even talk. PR wrote that statement. Then you have the governor of Chicago blaming Donald Trump for this inciting violence. Man, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. You have liberals on camera throughout social media for the last 24 hours laughing and mocking the situation. You want to know why this hit hard? Because this man, 31 years old, have never showed any type of violence. Well, we didn't like his opinion. His opinion was all facts, all truth. Not like he was going around making shit up. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Here in this country, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to. The other side don't want us to talk about the truth.
That guy was good.
They damn sure don't want us to talk about the truth.
No, they don't.
They absolutely do not want to hear us talk about the truth, because the truth is there are people who are good and upstanding and obey the laws, and there are people who are evil, who do not obey the laws, who steal with impunity, who murder with impunity. There's people out there saying that the girl who got murdered in, North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever it is on that little train, that she deserved it, because she's white. There is, I'm going to tell you something that's absolutely a fact. I'm going to agree with one thing that the Democrats say. There is systemic racism. Systemic racism is things that are within the system that are racist. There is systemic racism. However, it's against white people and some Asians, but it is against us, not against black people or brown people or whatever the hell they want to call themselves now. It's against us because this affirmative action, whatever happened to people going on their merit? Like, if you are the number one person for the job, I don't give a rip what color you are.
No.
If you're the number one person for the job, then you should have the job.
Yeah.
But we have to hit certain levels that other people do not have to even come close to. I have to pass. Okay. So this was years ago, and this has been going on for many, many years. When I went to dental assisting school, we had to pass an 8th grade math and English test, which, 8th grade, I was an adult, no problem, I got that. Then I'm in class, and there's people who who could read and write and do basic math and stuff. And then there were people who couldn't. And I remember the teacher getting upset and saying, well, didn't you have to pass the same 8th grade test? They couldn't do 3rd grade math or 3rd grade English. But I had to be able to do it. So yeah, there is systemic racism, but it's not what you think it is. And I'm sick. I'm disgusted. If you cannot get by on your merits, then you do find something that you can do.
Yeah.
That's the way it used to work in this country. That's the way it should work again. And I'm sick of hearing, oh, it's the white man holding us down.
No,
excuse me, isn't it my taxes? And I pay a lot in taxes. It's my taxes that pay for your welfare and your food stamps so that you can sit on your ass and do nothing while I go to work.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, it's reparations. For what? You weren't a slave. I didn't own any slaves. My parents didn't own any slaves. Their parents weren't slaves. My grandparents didn't own any slaves. Neither did their parents or grandparents, and on and on and on. It's the bullshit that this group of people has been fed since infancy from the Democrat Party. Everything comes right around to the fact that it's the Democrat Party ruining this country.
Yep.
They are the ones, they're always screaming, Biden, remember Biden screaming, pounding his fist with those red lights and saying the MAGA movement is a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy. In fact, this isn't even a democracy. This is a republic. We are a constitutional republic. Democracies don't work. They don't work. Do some research and find it out. We have a democratic process, but the overall arching system that we run this country in is not a democracy. Because then the only ones who are ever going to win is people that, the ones with the most voice are the people in the smallest areas, the densely populated, deeply urban areas. Then that means the person in rural America, their voice isn't going to count because it's going to be canceled out. The way we do things, everybody's voice counts.
Yep.
So I'm sick of this. They only want to get rid of the Electoral College and stuff because it would benefit them. Because it's the only way that they can win is by getting all the votes from these densely populated areas, which are populated with illegals. And like I said in the beginning of this, I used to believe that all this stuff being said about Democrats was, wasn't true. Come on now. But holy crap.
Yeah. We got our eyes open when we voted for Trump. We started seeing a lot of things. I didn't have a clue it was this bad. For the Democratic Party was this bad. They really they're showing themselves, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it opened my eyes really wide now, and hers, and a lot of people, millions of people, their eyes have been opened really wide. It's done.
And you can tell that
we're not screwing
with Charlie Kirk's death, there was a shift.
Yep.
A shift in this country. You can feel it. It's palpable. And things have got to change. And we want to be the wolf, not the sheep.
That's right.
I will not be a sheep any longer.
Nope.
I will do what I can do in my small way.
Yeah.
We will do what we can. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep the conversation going.
Yep. We're not going to stop.
No.
Ever.
No. Like, his poor wife, when she gave that statement the other night.
Oh boy, that was...
And she said, this widow's cries will be a battle cry. I heard that battle cry, and I'm joining in.
Yep.
Because this is our fight, this is our country, and I will not stand by and let anybody take our way of life from us.
You heard it. That's what we're going to do.
All right. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It really helps. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. Share this video if you know somebody who needs to hear this. Because, you know, one of the things that our channel is towards older people, because we're older, obviously, we're old. When I found out that there were so many people our age and older that were ultra liberal, I can't understand it. It boggles my mind. So I want to speak to the older Americans out there. When did you lose your humanity? When did you lose your mind? Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.